What are you seeing? Please, what were you saying?
You could see your Zoom web page. Your Zoom.
It's just a web page.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So,
Web page. When you say web page, which one? Were you seeing the act? I don't know what.
no,
All
sir.
right.
They said
So,
you're sharing your
okay, so
your
please.
screen.
So please, I have shared the act with everyone. Open the Sale of Goods Act on your phones. You can open it. Richmond has shared this one with everyone. So let's open it, please. Let's open it. Where I am, I came to University of Ghana to listen. So where I am, I'm not able to. I don't have my laptop. All right. So let's open it. Today we are doing something on the how to process goods for sale in Ghana. As a business law student, you need to understand how the law on the sale of goods in Ghana, specifically the lawful processing of sales, capacity to buy and sell, then how you do auction sales in Ghana, and then maybe duties of a buyer and a seller. You agree with me that these are very important elements that you need to do. How do you process a lawful sale in Ghana? So all of these are regulated by the Sale of Goods Act. That is the Sale of Goods Act 1962, Act 137. Act 137. That is what the act or the law that regulates sale of goods in Ghana. Okay, so this is different from the Contract Act. Okay. The Contract Act is Act 25, 1960. The Sale of Goods Act is Act 1962, Act 137. Now, when you open the Act, it gives you a whole lot of provisions. Okay, it talks about the nature information of a contract. Okay, so this contract is different from the contract that we did earlier. That is the if you say a contract or an agreement, it encompasses every contract that one will enter into. So you may enter into a contract not specifically to go and sell or buy and sell, but maybe for employment. You get that? You can also enter into contract to even if it's to sell in the future. You may enter into a contract to, if you're an artisan and somebody employs you or engages you to come and paint their house for them. That particular agreement is a contract. So that is what we've done. So what we did was a general form of contract formation, okay, where offer and acceptance and all those things happens. Now, in terms of sale or buying and selling, you also have what you call contract of sale. Contract of sale. So if you have opened your act, you can go to section 1. Section 1. So I don't know, Alfreda, are you there? Are you there in the class? Our reader. Do we have our reader with us?
I'm here, just babysitting. My nanny stepped out.
Okay, so who can help us? Joseph or no, Helena. Is Helena in class today? Do we have Helena in this class? Do we have Charity? I'm just calling at random. They are not here. Okay. But you guys know that when I call in, you don't respond. You are marked absent, right?
So
Hello?
maybe the staff is in, but the person is in, but
when I call your name and you don't respond. You don't respond.
maybe the person is occupied.
Because what will help you in the exams is when you are failing, is the attendance that will help you. If I call your name and you don't respond, you are marked absent. And this one, like I said, please, if you don't have the act, class rep, can you quickly reshare the act with the whole class? The Sale of Goods Act 137,
Yes.
please.
Yes, I think it's been shared to the group, so the class.
Thank you. So this is it. Yeah, this is it. So let's go to section 1. Who is sharing now? So let's go to section 1. Yeah. You see, if you have something like this, you don't need any other slides, because for law, you read the law. What I do, or what we do, the teaching we do, is to add on to what we read and give interpretation of what is there, or maybe add case law to it. All right. So that is why I want all of us to have copies of the law. Then we read it together. Other than that, I'll just reproduce this in a slides form. I don't know what difference it will make. So section 1. So they are in parts. And section 1 is a contract of sale. So who will read for us, please? Hello? Oh, today we are
Hello,
missing time.
sir.
So
We are here,
who will
sir.
read for us? Who will read for us? Let's go.
Doc, you let me read. If baby starts crying, then I meet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Section 1, contract of sale. A contract of sale of goods is a contract by which the seller agrees to transfer the property in the goods to the buyer for a consideration called the price, considering wholly or partially of money. Okay. Thomas, kindly zoom out for me. I know it's Thompson. Nay, please zoom out for me. Okay, thank you. 2, where by virtue of one or more contracts, a person has agreed for value to bill goods to a bailee on the terms that the property in the goods will or may at the option of the bailee pass to the bailee then for the purposes of this act. A, that person has agreed to transfer the property in the goods to the bailee, and B, the bailer is the seller and the bailee is the buyer. 3, there may be a contract of sale between one part owner and another. 4, a contract of sale may be absolute or conditional. Clause 2.
Yeah. No.
Doc, please, should I continue?
Yeah, so we talked about this section. It's when you're reading an act, the sub points are cross sections, or the paragraphs are cross sections. Those are the main section. We have sections and then subsections. But thank you very much. So please, do you understand it? Do you understand what she read? Do you understand what she read? When you talk about
Hello, sir.
contract, yes. When you talk about contract of sale, yes, please. You have
Sir,
something to say?
yes, sir. The statement transfer the property in the goods. So in the sense, isn't the property the same as the goods? How come a property is in the goods?
Yes. So yeah. So the contract of sale is a contract of sale of goods, in a contract whereby the seller agrees to transfer the property in goods. Property in goods. So you have goods. You have a good, okay? You have a product. Then you agree with a buyer so that you transfer the property. So we have what we call maybe ownership. If you have product in the shop, your shop, the product in your shop, the property in those goods belongs to you. Okay. Or you can say the ownership is you have the ownership of those goods. So when you sell to me, you legally you have transferred the right of ownership in the goods. So you have a phone. you have a phone. Okay, you can give me the phone to use, or I can borrow the phone and use for some time. When I borrow the phone and I'm using, even if the phone is with me for 2 years, once you have not transferred the property in the phone to me, the phone is just with me. And anytime somebody asks, or anytime I see the phone, I see that it's for you, Gideon, or it's for you, Alfreda, or anyone. Okay. It does not, the property in the distance is not mine, but I have the phone. Okay. So the same, once you agree that or the ownership in the goods to that particular person, that is why legally, the moment the goods are sold or goods are sold, legally the goods belong to the new person, and he chooses to do whatever he likes with the goods. Please, you understand? The new owner chooses to. So if you buy a car, once you pay for it, you agree to buy a car from a vendor or an agent. Then the once you pay for it, or if you are to make payment of cash or whatever, and you do it, and it gives you the car, you can do whatever you like with it. Now, the property, so in law, we consider the property in the good which is given to you. So it's not a good that we call a property, but there's something in the goods called property or ownership, and that is what is given to you. Please, are we okay?
Is there a
Yes,
case
sir.
a good can be transferred without the property, which is legal?
You can transfer the property in the goods to somebody, but the goods remains with you. So don't you know that I can buy a car from you, and I tell you to keep the car for me? Are you not aware, Gideon?
You are buying a car from me and I'm keeping the car for you.
Yes. Is it not possible?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Is it possible or it's not possible?
It's I think it's possible.
Yes. So the car will be in your, maybe I don't have a garage. I don't have a space for it. So I buy a car from you. I have paid for it. So the property in the goods is mine. I own the rights and everything. But you are keeping the car in your house for me. I have not collected the car. I have not paid the car from you. Then if anything happens to the car, I can sue you for it because the car is no more yours, even though it's in your house. It's not yours. You understand? And if I see you driving it outside, I can see you as well because I have not authorized you to even drive the car out or do anything with the car. So that is how it is. So you need to, once you buy a product, you buy the property in the product, okay, or in the goods. So we call it goods. So you buy the property in the goods. So look at it very well. Section 1, subsection 1 says a contract of sale of goods. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
A contract for a sale of goods is a contract whereby there's a seller who is agreeing with a buyer, okay, for the transfer of a property of goods in goods to the buyer for a consideration. You remember consideration? We did consideration under contract. But here, the
Yeah.
consideration is called a price, and the price that you pay can be wholly money or partly money, which means that if the person is selling the goods to you at, let's say, 10,000 Ghana cedis, the 10,000 Ghana cedis, you can pay the 10,000 Ghana cedis together in cash, or you can pay half cash, half in kind, or whatever. That is why it says partly of money. It can be the product is 10,000 cedis, but you pay half money, the remaining half, you go and weed my land for me. Okay? As part of the price. You get it? So when we talk about the price is not only money. It can be half money and half other things. Or it can be wholly money. That is what it means. Are we okay? That
Yes, sir.
is what section 1 is. That is what section 1 is. Now let's go to section 2, capacity to buy. So please, that is section 1 now tells us how you legally own a product. You legally own, let's use the law. You legally own a good. Before you can own a good, okay, the legal way of owning a good in Ghana is by agreement between the seller and then the buyer. However, it can be, the seller can also be a manufacturer. Okay. But once it's two people, these two different people, it can be a company and another company. It can be individuals. It can be a company and an individual. Remember, the last thing that we did is
please,
a company having an active.
Sir, please, I want to ask some a question. Please, you may mention that you can transfer a property to somebody. In case I transfer my property to you, are you supposed to go to the land commission to change ownership, or
What are you calling a property here?
a property?
Your mind is on something else. You are calling a land property. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, please.
So why don't you say land? Why do you say property?
Okay, let's take it that it's a land property, the property of land.
If you don't add property to it, if you don't add property to it, you can't say it.
The land, yes, please. So am I supposed to go to the land commission to change to do a change of ownership, or far as you have transferred?
I want you to understand that what that thing that you are calling is called land. So say land. If you want to say property, then you call it immovable property.
Okay, sir.
Don't say land property. Immovable property. Immovable property. In law, we call it immovable property, or we call it land.
Okay.
Okay. So which one?
Yes, sir.
Land.
Land.
So if you sell a land to someone, your question is.
If you have sold a land, let's take it that I've sold a land to you. Are you supposed to go to a land commission to change of ownership, to do change of ownership, or far as I've transferred it to you, that is ended there?
Yeah, so those are secondary things. We are looking at the primary elements. When you sell your land or immovable property to me, you have transferred the ownership, okay, the property in the land to me. So it is no more yours. Is that not the case?
Sir.
Is that not the case?
Yes, sir. That is it.
So that is what we are talking about. Forget about the registration part. That one is secondary. But between me and you are the seller, and then I am the buyer. So once you agree with me that you have a land that you are selling, you say 10,000 cedis, I give you the 10,000 cedis. You go and show me the land. This is the the four corners of the land. You show me the land. Then what it means is that you have transferred the ownership and the property, everything in the land to me. So can you go back to the land and say that it is yours? Can you do that?
No,
Hello?
please. I have some things. I'll call you in Timber so that I'll explain it better.
Even if you have commercial plants or commercial products on the land, okay, the agreement,
Yes,
we can make an agreement that, okay, so you have crops on the land, maybe you have plantain or maize on the land. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, now I have bought the land, but you need to harvest your crops, commercial crops. So you need to harvest them. So I'll give you, let's say, 3 months time for you to harvest them. Now, anytime you go to the land, you know that you are only going to the land because of your crops, but the land is no more yours. So you go to the land, you cannot do any other thing with the land. The only thing you go there to do is you go and check your crops, or you are going to harvest. After harvesting, you dare not step your feet on the land anymore. Else you'll be cited for what? Trespassing or lawful entry. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there are so many things that are happening in our part of the world, and a lot of people. I mean, we always resort to your family and this and that. But in law, everything is different too. Everything is different. We know that there are so many other things too. People are duping people and all that. But let's put all of that aside. Once you agree with me that you are selling a good, whatever be the good, to me, you have goods or you have a good and you sell it to me, I pay you, even if I don't pay you in cash. So the law says that I can pay you by any other form. Okay, any other form. So that's why I said that if I don't have money and you say, oh, you have a land for me to weed, go and weed for you. And then I'm able to weed it. And you say, oh, you are selling this one to me, and the price I will pay is to weed for you. So let's say those people who, I mean, this class, we like using marriage issues. Okay, so those people who maybe a king will say, oh, the man or the strongest man here who is able to kill Goliath, or maybe will go and catch the bull and then bring it to me. I'll give my daughter's hand for marriage. You understand? Or I'll give him my 10 cows or 10 cattle or those things. It is not everything that you buy with cash money. Okay? It is not everything that you buy with cash. So that is what we need to know. So that is the lawful way of making a purchase in Ghana by the Act 137. It tells us that you can contract or you can buy something and pay a reasonable price for it. Uh-huh. Now, if you go to section 1.2, look at section 1.2 again. Section 1.2 says that where necessaries are delivered to a person under an agreement which is void because of that person's sorry. We have not gotten there. Section, I was reading 2.2. We are now going to read capacity. Sorry. So let's read that. But before we read that one, I want you to know that you when you are paying the price, you pay a reasonable price. You pay a reasonable price. Let's say you are buying Mercedes-Benz from somebody. Okay? Mercedes-Benz, we all know the market for Mercedes-Benz. So if you go to the shop and the person is selling Mercedes-Benz at, let's say, 100,000, Mercedes-Benz E-Class of, let's say, E300, 2025 model, and then fresh car, T-Roba, and the person says that the price is 100,000. And you think that when you have the food, so you quickly go and buy it. What do you think will happen? What do you think? Hello? Hello?
Please, can you repeat the question, please?
Oh, so nobody heard me?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, we heard the question. They said what will happen if you bought the Mercedes Benz for 100,000?
Yes.
So it's trouble.
You want to buy iPhone 17, and you go to
trouble.
you go to Seco, and then you go to Seco and they say iPhone 17 Pro Max or iPhone 17, and they say new one in a box. The price is 5,000, and you pay for it. So the section one, subsection 1 says that you have agreed on the price and you pay for it. Please, who can give us would there be an issue?
Maybe, sir.
There will be an issue, please.
Yeah, yes, sir. I think there will be an issue. There will be an issue because this is below imagination.
Yes, sir. Even you know that iPhone 17 is not 5,000, and you have bought it. So it's two-way. Either when you go and the phone inside the box is not iPhone 17. Once you have agreed and you've bought it, it's binding. You can't go and say, give me back my money.
Yeah.
Because you know iPhone 17 is not 5,000. And because
Yes.
of greediness, you bought it.
So what it means is that the consideration that you pay, the price that you pay, should be a reasonable price. Okay? Should be a reasonable price. So you go into a shop, you negotiate for the price, but the price you pay should be a reasonable price because you may have legal issues. You may have legal issues when you pay unreasonable price. So you always have to pay reasonable price. That is the second thing. Okay, so you have to pay a reasonable price for the product because it may one go against public policy. Remember, public policy, the government controls the pricing system in the country. So you remember that recently the government was trying to control the price of sachet water. Okay, that is what the government does. So the ministry can put a price ceiling on a product. Okay, we have price floors and then price ceiling. Okay, where they try to control the system. So if you are selling fuel, if you are selling petrol or fuel in the country, you know that there's a floor price for it below which you cannot sell. So if you alone, you decide that you are selling fuel in a corner B and you are selling it at a cheap price, it may go against public policy and that can create criminality for you. It will be a problem. Okay, there are cases to that. I'll send you the cases. It may be a problem. So you stick to the reasonable price. So even though there are negotiations, you, the buyers always negotiate so that they get a price that they can pay. Okay, so if iPhone 17 is selling at 5,000, you'll be happy to buy it, but you have to be careful because it's an unreasonable price, which may cause you problems. All right. Now, the third issue that we see in the section 1 is that a contract of sale can be conditional or can be absolute. It is absolute when there's no problem. Look at section 1, subsection 4. It is absolute when there's no problem. So, then on what you have concluded everything. You went into a shop, you went to Makola, and then you wanted to buy certain products. You picked the product that you wanted, you paid for it, or you agreed on the price. After some negotiation, you agreed on the price, you have paid for it. You have brought the product was given to you, or the goods were given to you, you have brought your goods home. It's absolute, no problem. Now, you may have a condition when there's they have warranties and guarantees, or people call it guarantee, people call it warranty. It's warranty, you know that condition. So I am buying, sometimes you may go into a shop, you say, I am buying this product. I am buying this iPhone because I want to use the iPhone to make a call. Now, so I cannot make the call here now. So I'm going to try it. It's on condition that the product is able or the good is able to do what I want for me. If it is not able to do it, I will return it back to you. Okay, so it's on condition. It's on condition that after 1 year, it doesn't spoil. Okay? If it's for 1 year, within 1 year, I shall return it back to you. Please, you get it. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
So those are
sir.
the three things.
sir.
Okay. Now, Afreda, please continue reading section 2. Afreda.
Doc, please, I'm here. Capacity to buy and sell.
So let's look at, we are looking at capacity to buy and sell, yes.
Clause 1. The capacity to buy and sell is regulated by the general law concerning capacity to contract and to transfer and acquire property. Clause 2.
Hold on. Please, who can tell me what is the capacity to contract in Ghana? We have done capacity, please. Yes, who can tell me capacity to contract?
So the person must be at a minimum age of 18 years.
Are you sure 18?
Wait, hold on.
Capacity to contract.
21.
Yes, thank you. And then what else? In the Contract Act, remember in the Contract Act, capacity to contract is 21 years. So if you're not 21 years, you cannot contract. That is a Contract Act. I told you that the maturity in Ghana, I mean, the constitution says that 18 years can vote. But when it comes to contract, they fed it at 21. I don't understand. So different. So it means that if you are below the age of 21, you cannot contract for even to purchase goods. You get it? So 18 years or 17 years cannot even go to a shop and go and pull money and buy a phone. You understand?
Sir, this is
Yes.
serious.
This is law.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
A lot
So
of
what
people must
else?
be arrested.
Please,
Sir,
what
the
else?
person,
I mean, hey, don't go there. It has nothing to do with arrest. It's not criminality. It's either the contract. Don't. What's that? Let's say I don't know. Yes, yeah. This one, yes, yeah. What we said was
yes,
that
sir.
if the person doesn't have capacity, then the contract is either voidable or void.
It's voidable. Yes, sir.
Yes.
But
So if somebody
but
raises objection, so for example, if you pick your mother's money, if you are my child, you are 17 years, and you steal my money, and then you go to a shop and then you buy a phone. If the father or the mother is a litigant, the mother can take the shop can sue the shop and take the shop to court and say that my child is not of a maturity or contracting age. So we need our money back. We need our money back. What I say?
but
We need our money
but
back. You have to.
so we have 19, 20 years old old adults, right? Like old guys pulling bins, buying these kind of luxury cars at the age
But
of 20 years.
That's why
but
I
nobody.
says,
But I'm not saying that it's wrong. What we are saying is that
yes,
if something happens, the law says that your capacity to contract is what? The age. I'm not the one saying it. It's there. And is regulated
yes,
by the
sir.
general law
Yes.
concerning capacity to contract. Okay?
Right, sir.
And
So
what is the capacity to contract? It talks about the age. And then what else? I wanted you to add the other things. It's not only
he or
age.
she must
Sound,
be of
sound,
sound
sound
mind.
mind, sound mind.
Yes.
Shouldn't be
Yes.
under
You don't sell, a lunatic cannot enter into a contract. Somebody who is at Ankafu receiving treatment, the person is not of a sound mind. The person cannot enter into contract. An infant, somebody who is below the age of 21 years cannot enter into. So all those things come to play. In the same vein, when you are selling, the sale of goods is also regulated by the same law. All right.
No,
Yes, please.
please. So, do we have the right to ask of the person's age if he or she wants to purchase something from you?
That is the law. Of course, you have the right to ask. Of course.
Doc, so what if
Because
the person lies about his or her age?
and whose problem is it? If the person lies of his age, you make them sign a sign. That's why you have to sign. So if the person signs and says that I am 18, I'm signing as 18, it goes against them. You understand?
Okay. Yes.
But if you don't let them sign and you let them, yes, you see, some of these things we do it in the country because nothing happens. But let's assume that a 17-year-old or 18-year-old comes to your shop to buy a car, okay? And then you sell the car to the boy. The boy drives the car out of the shop, and then he goes out there and hits somebody, kills somebody with the car. Don't you think that you, the person who sold the car to the boy, you are also culpable? Don't
Of
you think so?
course.
Doc, yeah.
Yes. Yes. So in the same vein, if somebody comes to your shop, is buying medicine, and you sell the medicine to that person, or you sell, let's say, contraband goods, or maybe you sell the one that they use for abortion or something like that, something. and then it causes somebody's death. The same thing. The boy will come back and then say that I bought it from you. So that is how it is. So you need to know. You look at their ages. There are certain things you don't sell to those who don't have capacity to contract. But don't forget that when we're doing contract, we mentioned some exceptions. So I give you a case whereby, in that case, the lady was young. She was around 17 years, and her husband died. And then she needed a coffin to bury the husband. Now, when she bought the coffin, she decided not to pay a coffin or a casket. She decided not to pay for it. And then the seller took her to court. In court, she tried to defend herself by saying that she's not of the contracting age, or she cannot, at that age, she's an infant, she cannot contract. Now the Supreme Court said that coffin that she bought, it was a necessary, which means that it was something that was needed. So if it is something that is needed by the infant, then the infant can contract. So, for example, employment, children above the age of 16 years can work. They can go into employment. That is why when they are going into employment, some of them, in some countries, their parents or their guardians will sign for them. But in other countries, like Ghana, for example, and other countries, because it's necessary, it's something that they need. Apprenticeship. If a child finishes the senior high school and wants to learn a skill like tailoring work or hairdressing or those things, they go into a contract with a senior person for them to be trained. That training is a necessary for that child or that girl or that boy. And so that one, you cannot come back and say that I was not of the. It's a necessary, and the law gives that exception for them. Okay. So if you go to a shop and you are buying food, if you go to a food joint, then you are buying food, even though you are not of the contracting age, you are not 21 years, but you are 7 years, you are 10 years, but you need food to eat and survive. You understand? So once you enter into food and you buy it and eat, you cannot come back and say that I am not of the contracting age, so why did you sell food to my child? No, it is something that is needed. It is for their survival. Please, do you understand it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very clear.
Those are the exceptions. But if it is not necessary, like a car is not a necessary, like a phone is not. Okay? Alcohol is not, because what they need is water. A child can go and buy water, but extra things like alcohol is not something that you need to survive, but you need water to survive. So the court will distinguish between alcohol and drinks. Okay? The court will distinguish between normal food that we eat to survive and then luxury things. Maybe a child can enter into a rent agreement because the child needs a place to lay the head. So a child can rent an apartment, but it is only apartment. A child cannot say, I'm renting a shop because I want to own my business. No, you can go into trading, but you can't own a business. So all those things, they are exceptions.
But really, can a child rent an apartment?
Yes, Ghana here,
Or
at what age?
Listen,
Ghana here, at what age do they finish school? If you finish school at the age of 17 years, you have finished university. Me, when I finished university, I was not even 17. So you can finish university at the age of 17 years. And then let's say National Service has posted you to Sola or Tamale, and you are staying with your parents in Kumasi. What will you do? Sola there, what will you do? How will you stay there? So you have to go and rent. Do you understand? So that kind of renting. No. The rent is in the name of the child. That kind of renting is not parents who are staying there. It's you. So they will rent in your name. I'm not talking about who is paying for it. I'm talking about the contract. The contract is you, the child. So you are renting in Tamale because you need a place to stay. And needing a place to stay is something that you need. It's a necessary, it's a needed thing. So it becomes one of the exceptions. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, but my parents have contracted to have rent for me. So the contract is not me. It's between my parents and the apartment owners.
You can call it that way, but I'm saying that the child can also do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Because it's necessary. Look at the case I gave you. The lady's parents were there, but the lady bought a coffin to bury the husband. Okay.
Sure, Doc. Sure.
So you bought the coffin to bury your husband, but it is in your name. So you cannot go back and say that I am 17 years and I came to Tamale here and you made me rent and I'm paying I'm paying rent deposit or I'm paying for rent every month. So give me back my money because I am not of a contracting age. It doesn't work that way.
Sir,
They will have a defense. Yes, please.
with that, would the Rent Act affect you as a minor?
How will they affect you? If you're a minor, I'm saying that I'm using it as an example that it is it is a need for you. So you can rent. If that place, you are alien to the place, you have to rent and stay. You understand? So you don't need to be 21 years because national service, I mean, these days, 15 years are finishing university. Somebody came to GCTU at the age of 12 years. 12 years, by the time he is 4 years, so 12 years plus for 16 years, he's graduating. So when he graduates, national service post him to Tamale, 16 years, what would you want him to do? He will rent an apartment and stay in and do his national service. Please, do you get it?
So, Doc,
All right.
Yes, please.
please, what if in the duration of his stay and he passes on?
Yes. So you see, law,
In your apartment.
you see, law, the issues come up when there's a problem. Okay, law, so BBI fire, in United States, nobody will use law. So when the person passes on and the parents now say that, oh, because you rented an apartment, you rented your apartment for him, that is why he died, and take you to court to charge you, the owner or the landlord, then you have a defense. So what I'm saying, the exceptions are the defense for the defendants. You understand? Please, do you
No,
understand?
I'm
A bit
asking
complicated.
because there was a situation in my hostel. I had this student, he's in GCTU, and he had seizure apparently, and we didn't know. But if they are filling the form for the residency, we asked if they have any medical condition, but he stated no. Meanwhile, he has seizure. So one day he was in the room and one of the colleagues went in and he was in the bathroom and he became stiff. I took him to the hospital. We ran some labs, did CT scan and everything, MRI and everything. I called the dad and the dad told me I don't have the right to take the son to the hospital. So the hospital bills I paid, the dad refused to pay. I called the mom. The mom says she doesn't know anywhere around Accra. They stay in Tema, so she can't come.
This is interesting.
Doctor, in this situation,
What do you want to do?
do I
What
do?
do you want to do about it?
Doc, you see, because we are learning law, that's why
No, so that's
I'm
why I'm
asking.
asking you. What do you want to do?
Because when he was discharged from the hospital, I just told him to pack out.
What do you want?
I refunded his hostel fee and he packed out.
So my question is, what do you want from what you are telling me? What do you want from it? What is your
Doc,
claim?
no, I want to know your take on that.
That will be consulting.
Doc, we are in law class.
So I'm asking you, tell me what you want. Is it not your money you want? You want your money back. Is that not so?
No, dog, not necessarily the money. Like I called you as a guardian, a parent, that your ward is not feeling too well. At least you should be able to come to the hospital. But you didn't come, you didn't do anything, and you were even blaming me for taking your child to the hospital.
Okay, so if you don't want your money back and the action that you wanted to do, I think you have done it. Oh.
Yeah, so Doc,
Doc,
I wanted to ask if that's the right thing to do. Like,
Anything that will free your mind, it's okay. But if you want your money back,
hello,
if you want
Doc.
your money back, then that is where you can take on. Because
Hello, Doc.
maybe you want your money back. Maybe you've invested so much into his health. So you want your money back, fine. Or if you want him to apologize to you for all those name calling and all those things, then that one too is fine. But if you don't want anything, then you don't have to. Just next time you ensure that the right thing is done.
okay.
Hello, Doc.
Yes.
So from what the Afrida, yeah, is saying, I think she's asking that in the face of the law. Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Read the voice background.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think she's asking that in the face of the law, in this kind of situation, what do you do? And also, you said she should make sure next time the right thing is done. So in this situation, because according to her, she signed. There was a form, a legal document that shows that the person is paying, they're indicating everything, but it was the child or the guy who lied. So in this situation, what is the law saying about it, or what do you think is the right thing that is supposed to be done?
Yeah, so that is why she has ejected the boy, and they have not been able to. But you were lenient, you use humanitarian grounds to pay them back their money. So that one, because it depends on the form. Sometimes some of the contracts, the forms that you draft, okay, you it's not done very well because you don't involve lawyers or legal practitioners to generate those forms for you. I have not seen the document and all those things, but
Okay, Doc, so I can send you a copy so you review.
yeah, so you need to draft a contract that if somebody lies on their phone, they face immediate or total ejection without refund or something like that. I mean, make it stringent so that they will not. But if you relax the forms and you relax your services, then some of these things may happen.
Okay, Doc. Okay, Doc. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So let's go back to our class there. So capacity, please, Alfreda, kindly read on. Kindly read on to the subsection 2.
Okay, Doc.
We spoke about the necessaries, then this is where we will hear it. Okay.
So clause 2, where necessary.
Subsection 2.
Okay, subsection 2. When necessaries are delivered to a person under an agreement which is void because of that person's incapacity to contract, that person is bound to pay a reasonable price for those necessaries.
Yes. Okay, so please, this is it. This is what I was explaining, that the person doesn't have capacity, maybe because of the age or because of they have an unsound mind, but they have entered into a contract which is a necessary. For example, somebody who has an unsound mind still needs food to eat. So they have to pay. They also have to pay reasonable price. It's not because say and I say you also pay a reasonable price for it. That is what the subsection 2 talks about. Go to 3, please. Yes, Afreda.
Subsection 3. Necessaries in this section means goods suitable to the condition in life of the person to whom they are delivered and to the actual requirement of that person at the time of delivery.
Thank you very much. What it means is that even though we are talking about food as a necessary for somebody, say It is based on the time. Okay. Let's imagine maybe you are a food seller. Okay, there are two food sellers or vendors. Now the boy comes to the first one, buys the food, eat it. You saw that the boy was eating. So what did he? Who did he win now? You don't need food again at that time. You understand? So at that time, food is no more a necessary for the person. So if the person comes to you at that same time to say that I am contracting with you for food, and he refuses to pay for it, because at that time it was not a necessary. He has already eaten. Please do get it. So what is necessary and necessary now can be a non-necessary in the next minute or hour. Are we okay? Can I be heard?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Why these are? Why? Where's Christy? Charity. Where's Charity? She's not here. Let me see. Where is Paulina? Paulina, are you in class today?
Sir, please. Paulina just had an emergency, so she just left the class.
But this class is online, so how will she have an
She
emergency?
was on, but she just left.
Okay. Ando, are you in class today? Business flow plan, Amudidi Agosi. Ando. Okay. Let's go. What about Stephen? Stephen, I've not heard from you. Let me see. Stephen is not here.
She's having a conference, pastors conference.
Hey. Oh.
Yes, sir. That's true.
Yo. Hey. Okay. I'll get you people. Get you people. All right. So let's continue.
Today they are pardoning us because the light out and it's raining. So some of us have network challenges.
Okay. Yeah. Me too. I don't have light. That's why I'm on University of Ghana campus.
So some people's light went out yesterday. Even mine, the lights came about 1 hour before we started class.
No problem. No problem. Sorry about that. Let's do the two more. Let's do section 3. Let's go.
Okay. Contract of sale. How made?
This is how we contract. It's going to tell you the procedure. Let's go.
Thompson, kindly zoom out a bit for me. Okay, thank you. Subject to this act and subject to any other enactment, a contract of sale of goods, A, may be made in writing or by word of mouth, or partly in writing and partly by word of mouth, or B, may be implied from the conduct of the parties.
Yeah, thank you very much. So please, this is the procedure for contract of sale. Contract of sale can be done in writing. So the person can write to you that I want to purchase 20 sachets of water. It's a written document, okay? Or can be made through word of mouth. I think word of mouth there most of the time, either you're calling the person on the phone or you walk to the shop to do it. Or you can do a pattern, right? You can first write, then you follow it up and go and talk to the person. Or it can also be implied. Implied means that let's say that you buy a shoe. Okay, that one they go together. So let's say you buy. There are products or goods whereby you buy one, it is implied that the other goes. You should also buy the other one. So let's assume that maybe when you were buying a phone, you buy the phone, okay, and then the charger, which also goes with the phone. You need to buy the charger. It's not added to the phone. Okay, so once you contract to buy the phone, the charger is implied. It's implied that you buy the charger as well. So it's implied. Unless it is objected to, then the charger must also be given to you for you to pay for it. So there are some product goods like that. I think I'm not getting any example now, but there are so many examples like that whereby you buy one, the other must also be given to you. Did you get it?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
So that is the one that we are saying implied. So implied by the conduct. So the why intino. The we say why intino. So through the conduct, that particular product or goods must also be given to you. All right, let's move to auction sales 4, section 4.
Okay.
Afreda.
Auction sales.
Yeah.
In the case of a sale by auction, A, where the goods are put up for sale in lot, each lot is prima facie.
Prima facie.
Hey,
Prima
dog,
facie.
what's the meaning?
When they wanted to the Chief Justice issue, then did you hear that they were saying prima facie case? That is it. I will explain it. You go on. Just say
Okay.
prima facie.
Okay. Each lot is prima facie the subject of a separate contract of sale.
Prima
B,
facie deemed to be the subject of a separate contract of sale. Go on. B.
The sale is complete when the auctioneer announces its completion by the fall of the hammer or in any other customary manner. C, until the announcement is made, a bidder may retract the bid and, subject the paragraph D, the seller may withdraw the goods. D, where the sale is expressed to be without reserve, the higher bona fide bidder is entitled to buy the goods at the price bid, although the auctioneer refuses to accept the bid or to complete the sale. E, the seller or any one person on behalf of the seller may bid if a right to bid is expressly reserved, but subject to paragraph F, not otherwise. F, where the sale is notified to be subject to a reserve price, the seller or the person on behalf of the seller may make one bid and no more, and that bid shall be openly declared at the auction before any other bid is received.
Okay, thank you very much. This has got to do with those who are engaged in auction sales. Auction sales. If you have ever witnessed an auction sale before, this is the procedure or the law on it in terms of the sale. So the first one, it says that the auction goods, they are categorized into lots. That's why they say lot 1. Then lot 1, maybe they are selling furniture, table and chair. So they categorize them into lots because the auction goods may be a lot, okay? Or maybe it's plenty. They have a lot of, rules there. So they arrange them according to lot. So lot 1, lot 2, lot 3. And they are saying that prima facie, on the face of it, how you see it, it is a separate contract. So when you go there, you don't contract to buy all the goods that is in the shop, the auction goods. Okay, you are taking a separate contract. So each lot has its own contract. So when they bring the goods there and they start the auction, when you buy it, it's that particular one that you have bought. All right, that is what it means. Then, how is the auction completed? The auction sales, so say they are mentioning prices. Somebody will say 10,000, somebody say 12,000, somebody say 5,000, somebody say 6,000, 7,000, and so on. And so the moment the hammer of the auctioneer hits the table, or maybe it's gavel, but we call it hammer. So hammer hits on the table, okay? that means that the last price or the highest bidder has won. So they have just explained all those things. Now, until that is done, he can also retract. He can say that they have stayed the auction, which means that the auction is closed or the auction is halted or is suspended, however you want to say it. There's also a reserve price. There are some auctions that they have a reserve price. Sometimes what they do is that a phone, if they are going to auction the phone, they will give a reserve price and say that the phone is 10,000. That's a reserve price. So you can quickly buy it at the reserve price. Then you become a bona fide bidder. So it means that you have bought it, you own it at the reserve price. Or it can start from zero and then they'll be moving until the hammer hits the table. So they have explained all of that. Read it. If you don't understand, then we can explain it to you. Okay. Please, are we okay?
So is it that the reserve
What?
the amount being the reserve, the amount being quoted before
Reserve
when
price.
you
Speak loud.
to
I
that?
can't hear you. What did he say?
Yes, can you hear? Is it okay now? Hello?
Yes, go on.
Is it okay?
Oh.
So is it okay?
Yeah, Gideon, it's okay. Go ahead, please.
So I'm asking about the reserved price, right?
The
Is it
reserve
that
price, yeah.
that price has already been quoted? So when you accept that price and you pay for it, you are going to be the bona fide owner of that very asset because you have accepted prior to the time the hammer will hit the table, the hammer will hit the table or something.
So your question is, I think you have repeated the same thing I said.
Sir, I have a similar question to what my
Gideon,
brother.
I want to understand Gideon's question. Gideon, what's the question? I said that there's a reserve price. There's a reserve price. So sometimes, I mean, some of you have been buying cars, buying cars from Canada and US and other places. When you open, sometimes there's a reserve price that when you pay, you have the product or the good is now yours. Okay. And there are some, if you wait, the reserve price will stay there maybe for a week or so. Then after a week, if nobody buys it at the reserve price, now they start from zero and then they start bidding. So you are topping up, topping up, topping up. So when the hammer hits or the deadline, because now they are doing online auction, there's no hammer. You see a deadline and a time. So at that time and deadline, whoever has the highest bid will get the product or the goods. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Sir, so my question has to do with some just like the example you made with the online vehicle auction sites. Sometimes there's a price that they display that is where you can start bidding from. Is that the same as the reserve price, or that is a different?
No. That's a different. They can start from zero, or can start from the reserve price is there to buy it at a go. So you can maybe you hear of maybe a lot, maybe GIPC or maybe one of the ministries is doing auction, and then they have some old cars that they are selling. You can go there and say, oh, this Toyota Land Cruiser, what is the reserve price? You see, once they are able to say that, oh, the reserve price is 200,000, you can pay for it and then go and take it without it going through the auction. Okay. But they are saying that even though it is marked as a lot in the auction, the moment you pay the reserve price, you become a bona fide owner. Or you have bought the product with value. So nobody can challenge you and say that, oh, the product you bought or the goods that you purchased, it didn't go through auction and you have purchased it. You are the rightful owner
Okay,
Yes,
so
Michael.
understood. So say meaning that it is time for auction, you will not be able to go in for that asset till the auction time is due, and then you can now go in because you've already bid the price for it, the reserve price for it.
No, if you are buying at the reserve price, you don't need to wait for auction. Once they do the allotting, they have some product that have reserve price and some that do not have reserve price.
Okay.
Yes, Michael. I see a hand up. Michael, I see your hand up. Or is it an old hand?
Yeah, it's my hand, please. Can you hear me, please?
Yes.
So I want us to move to the arena of the court, where someone who is debtor to another, a civil matter, and then he or she doesn't have the money to pay. So whatever asset he has is attached, and then judgment is given. After judgment is given, whatever house he has, either movable or immovable, is attached. I want to know who fixes that reserved price. Is it the court or the auctioneers?
Oh,
that is one.
The court to appoint a valuer. The court of the
Good. I'm asking that because
yes, they will appoint a valuer and they will set up. I will take it up a bit.
Okay, so what I see is that when the valuer evaluates the property and then brings it to court, I see there is a motion put on the valuation for a reserve price to be fixed. And then the defendant may either, file a counter motion that no, it is too low.
Why will you do that? Why will you do that? You see, let's say Iroko has laid their hands on your property, and they want to sell it, and then so that the debt maybe there's a financial investment. They want the valuation, and then come out to say that the property is worth 2 million Ghana cedis. So the engineer will just pick it up and go and sell it. You have already lost your building. So what is the interest again? Unless maybe you I don't know how you will come back in and say that it is too low when you have already lost your product.
Okay.
That you've lost it. So what again?
Okay. So this question is being teased out because I'm getting it, but I'm saying that this question is being teased.
Michael.
Hello, can you hear me, Doc? Doc, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, I'm saying I'm teasing this question out of the fact that you see, when there is motion expertise, is a different thing on its own. But when it is on notice, the other party has a right to file a counter, to counter the motion. And so I've seen it a lot that they file a motion and then they put it on the evaluation, and it goes like motion on notice to fix a reserved price.
Problem. But and they only give you a notice. They only give you a notice to vacate the premises. Iroko, you go into an issue with Iroko, then 2 years. At the end of the day, you are a judgment debtor. If you're a judgment debtor and Iroko has won, and now Iroko doesn't need the building, they can convert the building to a pottery farm or whatever, but now they don't need the building. So they want to sell the building. What is your interest again? Unless I have seen so many other cases where people, interested parties like their children and their, sometimes extended family will come in and say, but still they will lose. So at the end of the day, you have no business. And you cannot, when Iroko puts the house for sale, you cannot buy it. You or your previous or your agent cannot buy it. You understand? Why do you get it? I just want to know their interest, why they will be interested parties in this matter. If you are interested party, that means you have some interest view which was not earlier noticed or considered. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's I'm sure it's answered. So let's move on to yes. Where are we? Yeah. So we have specific and unascertained goods. Do we read that or we go to the you see that valuation is a 7, but let's go to 8. Go to 8. Yes, we want to look at the duties of a seller and the duties of a buyer. So the rest you can read them. So Alfreda, let's go. Fundamental obligation of a seller.
Okay, then. Fundamental obligation of the seller. 1. In a sale of specific goods, the fundamental
Mhm.
In a sale of specific goods, the fundamental obligation of the seller is to deliver those goods to the buyer. 2. In a sale of unascertained goods, the fundamental obligation of the seller is to deliver to the buyer goods substantially corresponding to the description or sample by which they were sold. 3. A provision in a contract of sale which is inconsistent with or repugnant to the fundamental obligation of the seller is void to the extent of the inconsistency or repugnance. Doc, please, what is the meaning of repugnance?
A repugnance. But hello?
Doc, please, the meaning. Repugnant and repugnant.
But did you hear what I said?
Doc, you
Did you hear
said
what I
it's
said?
repugnant. Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the first, the other one that you read, do you understand them? Hmm? The 5, 6, you realize that we have two types of goods. We have the specific goods and unascertained goods. Okay, unascertained goods. So there are some goods that are specific. So if you go to, hello, can I be heard?
Yes, Doc.
Richmond. Okay. So if you go to,
Doc,
let's
you
say,
have slight out.
Vault. Oh, okay. So if you go to, let's say, we will finish very soon. So don't worry. Today I'll close exactly at 5. So we have just about 9 minutes. If you go to, let's say, Vortic Ghana Limited, or Casapercon company. When you go to Casapercon, you realize that they have some cuttings of the Casapercon drink. Okay, the alcoholic drink that they have produced in the shop or in the manufacturing center. Those are called specific goods. So you know the goods, you see them, so you can purchase them. All right, you can purchase those goods.
Hello, sir. How different are they
Yes.
from the other goods being produced?
So the specific goods are there. You can identify the goods. You saw that they have cuttings of the water or casaperpin or adonku bitters, whatever, there in the shop. So they are specific goods. Okay. Then unascertained goods is when you contract with somebody for them to give you goods in the future or goods that are not, let's use common terms, are not ready. Okay, unascertained goods, you cannot identify them and you cannot agree upon them. Say, women, when they go to the market and they are buying tomatoes, they take the tomatoes and then they check. whether it is edible, it has no disease, and all those things. They check and then they buy them. That is specific goods that they have bought. Now, unascertained goods are the ones that they say that, oh, my many the tomatoes in Bibeba, there's my no man, and then I chef will say, if you bring bucket, okay, try and give me one bucket. So that one, it is unascertained because you cannot identify the goods, you cannot agree upon. So you don't know whether the tomatoes is like fresh, like the ones you saw in the market. Do you understand? Do you get it? But you have the understanding that it will be. So that is the difference. So they are saying that if somebody buys the goods, okay, you the seller, you have the obligation to deliver the goods to the buyer. And in the law, delivery of goods to the buyer is done at the shop. Please, delivery of goods is done at Obitowadia. Maybe a demand a shop or shop, unless you have specific arrangement. So let's say you sell cement for cement and blocks for building. Those ones, they do arrangement that when you buy it, they will take it to your construction site. So the delivery of the goods is done at the construction site. Delivery of the goods is done at the shop. Please, do we have Ernest? Ernest, are you here in the class? Ernest. Ernest. Okay, Alfreda, are you there? What here?
Yeah,
Alfreda.
Doc, please, I'm here.
What did I say? What did I say? I want you to repeat what I said to your colleagues.
I'm here.
Doc, your line was breaking.
So you didn't, who heard
So
me, please?
you said the delivery of the goods are being done at the shop.
Yes, I said the delivery of the goods. When somebody buys specific goods, delivery is done at the shop, please, not at the person's house, not in the street, not anywhere. It's done at the shop. Shop no magic. Unless you have specific arrangement to deliver elsewhere. Is that okay? All right. So I cited example. I started example for the construction workers, cement and blocks and all those things. When they buy, they sometimes do a delivery for them. Because you see, somebody can take you on and say that when he bought your goods, he did not get delivery. You have not given him the property in the goods. The property, the transfer of the goods and the property in the goods is done at the shop. It's done at the shop. Okay. Question, Gideon or Joseph, was that you?
No, sir. No.
No question. Okay. Okay. Now, if the 2 says that 8.2, it says that in the sale of unascertained goods, the fundamental obligation of the seller is to deliver to the buyer goods substantially corresponding to the description. Say, obi show, say, pay 20 goods, 20 products. Maybe you are maybe Vortic Ghana Limited. They produce water, Vortic water. So unascertained goods, I've already explained to you what
Sir, your line is breaking.
unascertained goods are.
Sir, your line is breaking. Hello, sir.
Show.
Your line is breaking, pa. Oh.
Hello, sir. I can't hear a word.
Or maybe I'll buy curtains.
So there's breakage in your
Sir,
line.
your line was breaking.
Guys, sorry. That thing went off. I was explaining the point. If you can hear me, I was explaining the point. Hello, can I be heard?
Yeah, we can.
Yes,
You can be
please.
heard now.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dad.
Yes, sir, we can
Please,
hear
we
I
you.
can
was
hear
I
you.
was I was saying that in the if you look at section 8, subsection 2, it talks about unascertained goods, and I've already explained to you what unascertained goods are. They are goods that will be a show for you to deliver maybe in future or another day. Okay, any available. The goods cannot be identified. You cannot agree upon those goods. Yes. Now the thing is that the law is saying that it's obligation of you, the seller, to give to the buyer of what he has requested. So I request quality, give me a product of a certain number. Okay, they are now before and say you because it's going to be done in future. What tracker is going to be given in future. So the quality is not the same. The number to I have some style. So the law here is making sure that the person gives you substantial corresponding set to the description. How you describe it is how it should be for you. So the seller must not give you anything your description. When it comes and it's short of your description, you cut it. Please.
Doc, please, your line is breaking.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Nay, he's out. Oh, I think he has network challenges.
Yeah, because we didn't get anything at all.
Yeah.
Yes. Sana moko alert la can be
Hello, guys. Let's end here, then we'll continue. Okay, Joseph,
Yes,
you have a
sir.
question?
Yes, sir. Sir, I just want a
Joseph.
clarity. Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
Go ahead.
Sir, please, I just want a clarity because your line was really breaking. So just for clarity. So for instance, if I want to buy a cement and I don't have the bulk
Okay.
money, I want to buy cement for building, and I don't have the bulk money, but I go to a cement, maybe a wholesaler, and I tell him that every month I would like to drop down 1,000 Ghana cedis. I want Gasem cement. So I want to do that in 6 months. So I'll come for maybe my 200 bags. We do the calculations and we agreed. And then after 6 months, I go and he's giving me a diamond cement. That is where I'm coming to section 8, clause 2. So what you are explaining now, is that the scenario?
Yes, so he has to give you the same product, the description of the product that you requested for. Color should be the same. The size should be the same. The number should be the same. The quality should be the same. Everything same. If he gives you anything short, you can decide not to pay for it. And you can sue him for damages.
So, for instance, if we don't do any contract, and we just do it by verbal means, just as
Verbal
we've
means, Master. We learned in contract that verbal means is also contract.
Okay, sir, I'm clear.
Once you have a contract with the person that next month, 30th of next month, I want you to deliver to me cement. The cement should be Gasem cement. It should be 42 something, how they call it. And it should be 50 pieces. And then next month came, the person has delivered 30 pieces of Dangote cement. Okay, which is at 32. The chemistry is 32 and all that. So it's short of what you requested for. So the person, you can decide not to pay for it and then also sue the person for damages. Because the person has wasted your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. It's a breach. It's a breach of contract. So you treat it as a breach of contract.
Right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we will end here at the duties of a seller. Then next week when we meet, we will continue and then we can finish. So please kindly read up to where we've gotten to. And then if there's anything you don't understand, you ask me.
No.
Yes, please.
Yes, I'll call you. So the management, the principles of management. I saw my grade.
Management for fufu, I want to me.
Oh, sir.
What is wrong with your grade? Management for fufu, what don't call me.
Oh, dog.
Want me
the one say, yeah, then one trend the way I be answer no. Time meeting to me and show. To one gets a book guy.
Hello, Doc.
Yeah, so.
Hello, Doc.
Hello? Yeah, so I dash you a lot of marks, but as a member school, yes. Yes.
Please, I want to how to answer the last time when we met. You gave us the guidelines to which, but I think the note hasn't been composed and hasn't been sent to us yet. So I don't know I don't know if you are working on it or you've sent it to someone. It hasn't just gotten to us or something like that. I don't know.
The IRAC. Okay. I'll discuss with Richmond. I don't know if I've not sent it. I will send it to you because these exams, as for law, you answer to using IRAC. So I'll have to send it to you. Maybe we will. I'm sure we are left with 2 topics. So I'm sure then okay.
So your line is breaking.
So your line. Oh.
Doc, please, your line
So
is
we can't hear. We can't hear well. It's breaking.
I would not know.